So I haven't created a YouTube video for a little while now, and I thought I'd explain why using the tarot cards. I have been really busy. I've been doing a lot of Zoom workshops, both with the tarot and the shamanic work, as well as seeing clients and running the normal day-to-day stuff. But basically, what happened is Night of Wands. I hit a bit of burnout, I guess, bit of overload, and some things needed to be cut back from my day. And YouTube happened to be one of those things, as did writing my blog. If we have a look at the Knight of Wands now, I think the knights and the pages or princesses, I think are the hardest court cards to read because they're the less focused court cards. Queens and kings, I tend to find are far easier to read. The clue to reading the knights is to look at the relationship between the rider and the horse. Look at the details. Pamela Coleman Smith has created such beautiful imagery in these cards that just stopping to look at the card is the single most powerful thing you can do when you're reading the cards. So if we have a look at this Knight of Wands, have a look at the raring to go. Look at the fire, the red feather, it looks like the fire. This is the suit of fire flaming off his helmet. This is Geronimo. This is jumping in. This is just going for it. Look at the bareness of the landscape with just those pyramids in the background. This is nothing else matters. Everything else has receded into the distance. I am going for what I want to go for, and I'm just jumping right in there. Is he trying to pull the horse back a little bit? Is he beginning to realise that maybe he's bitten off more than he can chew? Possibly, I think he is. I think his face looks a little bit apprehensive there. The Knight of Wands is a card of just go for it. It's a card of Geronimo. I always think of David Tennant or Matt Smith as Doctor Who when I see this card of jumping into the madness and believing that at some point along the way you're going to know what you're doing. I don't read reversals with cards. I trust that my intuition and the cards either side will help me to know. But if you're getting the Knight of Wands, it's either saying, just go for it, or it's saying, whoa, careful now, too much, too fast, too quick. So, I guess probably this has been going on for about 18 months now. I just jumped into running my life as a single mum, running my business, and taking over everything in life myself. I just jumped into it, full of apprehension, full of excitement, all in mixed up. The next night, to really demonstrate what happened then, was the Knight of Swords. Now, the minute that I say, look at the horse, you can really see the horse there. The horse is terrified by the speed of the motion. We can see that this is even though the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, they are very similar energies. Speed is the difference. If you come back to the Knight of Wands, you can see that his feathery plume there is not swept back. This is that moment when you're just about to commit. It's inspiration, intuition, it's just going for it. Whereas the Knight of Swords, remember the suit of swords is your mind, your words. He has a plan. He knows what he's going to do. Can't quite see. Notice how we don't see the end of the sword there. He can't quite see how he's going to manage it. But he's damn well going to keep going till he does. Either that and I often think the horses represent our body, our the physical vehicle with which our mind or our soul is carried. So the Knight of Swords is, I'm going to keep going. I'm excited. I'm focused. I've invested too much. I have a plan and I'm going to keep going till either I am successful or my horse or my body gives out on me. And so definitely I reached this point and I was definitely feeling overtired, and I knew that I should pause and regroup, as it were. But like a classic Knight of Swords, I didn't. I kept going. Knight of Swords will often come up as an entrepreneur, as somebody who has a plan that they are willing to sacrifice a lot of things for. This could be an artist or a musician, somebody that's got something they've just got to do. It's fine in the short term. In the short term, it is sustainable. but in the long term, look at that horse, look at the speed. This will end to burnout. So that was definitely where I was maybe 6 weeks ago, maybe 5 weeks ago. Now, my least favourite night, my favourite, I'd be pushed to choose between the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. But my least favourite night is the Knight of Pentacles. I get bored with this knight, if I'm honest. He's so slow. I mean, I can just literally imagine that he gets off his horse just to check there's no stones on the pathway. I mean, to me, this is the I'm being very rude. If you're a Knight of Pentacles type of guy or person, good on you. He is the hero of the show. If you're looking for loyalty, if you're looking for sustained growth, then this is the card. I always think with this card, it's like Samwise Gamgee from The Lord of the Rings. When everyone else was running out of steam, Sam carried not only the ring but Frodo too. So there is a hero here. It's just that I find him very slow. I often think with this greenery here that it's moss. That this knight is so slow that moss has started to grow on his helmet, and even his horse. There's the sort of greenery there. This is solid. This is a beautiful, solid. Look at that horse. That to me, it's more like I'm sure it's not a Shire horse, but it's more like a Shire horse. It's a working horse. This is the Knight of Pentacles that is about attention to detail. It's about planning. It's about getting the details right. And if we were going to sort of, compare the different knights, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords are about action. They're about going for it. They're about jumping in. They're about moving through things really quickly. The Knight of Pentacles is about planning. And so I definitely, the last sort of 3 to 4 weeks, I've done this. I've slowed down. I've taken more time to plan things, more time to plan meals, more time to plan my diary for work, more time actually to sort and tidy the house. I have taken a much slower approach to life over the last 3 to 4 weeks, and I think I really needed it. I've started to get my house much more organised so that the children, I've got 4 kids at home, so that they can manage their lives more easily. This is a powerful card, even though I do poke fun at it a little bit. I am drawn to the fact that he wears spurs. When he needs to act, he will. It's just that the Knight of Pentacles is slow to act. But the problem with these two, as I've, demonstrated personally myself by not putting my videos up for quite a while now, is they run out of steam. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, they run out of steam. They run out of energy. They overcommit. They plan too much into their time and they never quite get to the end. Knight of Pentacles, beautiful card, because if he commits to doing something, he will slow the pace and prepare carefully to make sure that he gets done what needs to be done. And the final knight, the Knight of Cups, bit of a favourite if I'm honest. And to me, that cup, this is your heart, your soul. Very often the Knight of Cups actually, the Knight of Wands can represent a sexual partner. This is a fiery, masculine, yang kind of an energy here. The Knight of Swords can refer to arguments. This is someone who believes they're right and is going to overshoot sometimes to prove they're right. The Knight of Pentacles can be someone in your life who's loyal, or it can be about you being loyal, faithful. There's a real solidity here. And the Knight of Cups is about, often it can be a romantic partner, but it's about following your heart. Now, very often this card, it will come up. I love, these are fishes on his tunic there. And I'm drawn to think about the Page of Cups, which is the fish coming out of the cup. And very often that's about connecting to your soul. So often Knight of Cups can represent a romantic partner, but it can also represent you really following your heart. And I've been doing this the last couple of weeks. I've been making more time for creative projects. I've started embroidery, which I used to do an awful lot as a teenager, and free embroidery, just allowing the stitches to kind of unfold on the canvas. I've been doing some drawing with charcoal and pencil, it's even got to the point where I'm going to consider making an oracle deck using the runes of the Younger Futhark. Because aside from being a tarot reader, I'm also a Norse shaman, so I work a lot with the runes. And you know what? It's made me a lot happier to have the time there for the Knight of Cups in my life. There's always going to be a fair amount of that. I do tend to just jump into things. I do tend to get quite excited and just go for it. I dare say I'm never really going to shake this one. I do tend to have very high expectations of just how much I can pack into one day. But I've learnt to appreciate the Knight of Pentacles. I've learnt to plan my time. I'd got to the point where I was often missing, two meal breaks a day to keep up with client work and such like. So I've slowed right down now, getting my meal breaks, getting the time to spend with family. But that one has been the real blessing in my life, having the time to be creative. And to reconnect with myself on a very personal level. So that was a little exploration there of the four different nights. If you're getting them for yourself, look first. Look at the pictures. Look at the horse. If we look at this horse, I mean, it's a beautiful horse. Beautiful. It makes me think of water, the way it flows round. It is moving, but it's slowly moving. If we compare that to the Knight of Pentacles with all 4 feet on the earth, as it were, with this one, the horse is moving forward. And I love, it's the details from the red flames or the red feathers. Here they seem almost wing-like, but still the red flames. To the green moss connecting us to the earthy nature of the Knight of Pentacles. To no wonder that I love this card so much. The angel's wings. I always think of them as angel wings. This is when I think about I do work with angelics energies, though not perhaps as much as I do elementals or the Norse deities. But to me, they are messengers of the divine. And we can do that by connecting with loved ones and also by creative projects. So I've started to ramble a little bit now, so I'm going to finish this video and upload it in a bit.